But I think that just, I don't know, Buffalo's just riding the wave right now based off emotions, Lamar Hamlin. So I think they got this. I don't see
We're going to get into that.
Let's jump right in.
Yeah, what's going on? It's Tuesday night. We on the hook. I'm Bone. Smitty, what up?
Salutations, everyone. Happy Tuesday evening. Ray, I would like to take this moment to recognize this week is Teachers Appreciation Week, Nurses Week, and also thank you, correctional professionals out there. Your services do not go unnoticed. Thank you for everything you do.
Yeah, big shout out to everybody out there that Smitty just mentioned. We had pizza day today. We had some donuts yesterday morning. Sounds like a cookout on Friday. I'm not sure what's on the schedule for. Tomorrow's Grinders. Let's get it.
That's what's up.
And I don't know. I think Thursday maybe. Didn't we do ice cream socials back then, Smitty? I forget. I don't know.
Been a long time. I mean, I've been out of the game for 2 years, and it feels like a dime. So
yeah, well, you know what? You keep rocking it, man. You keep rocking that retirement. Obviously, you're busy though. Reading to the kids, right?
Absolutely, man. I love that, man. Very rewarding, man.
What a change of pace, guys. What a change of pace to go from one extreme to the next, huh?
Definitely.
Wasn't
even looking for that, man.
No, you go from a thankless job to something that you are definitely thanked for.
Absolutely.
So shout out to you.
Definitely.
Shout out to you, man.
Thank you.
And how about those New York Yankees?
The New York Yankees, the captain, number 99, came back today. Clark Schmidt is on the mound for us. Looks kind of shaky every time that guy comes on the mound. He looks kind of shaky. However, the Yankees are hitting the ball tonight, which is against the Oakland A's. But you know what? They have to capitalize today. So they have to capitalize in this series, period. Because then again, they're playing Tampa Bay up next.
Yep.
We'll see what happens, with the pitching. Who we haven't been mentioning is Ian Hamilton. That guy's been doing a great job for the Yankees, man. I don't want to jinx him, but he's been doing a great job. Glaber just hit a 2-run shot, Ray. I know you're interested in that.
I don't have anything to do with Glaber Torres, although Dougie Fresh did send me a trade today for Glaber. He was trying to unload Glaber. What Yankee fan unloads a Yankee that's pretty much been having a great season?
Yeah,
right.
I don't know.
Glaber's been doing some pretty good things this year. No?
Yeah. He's been on and off. You know what I mean? Typical Glaber. I mean, he goes on his hot streaks. He goes on his cold streaks. Aaron Hicks tonight, they took him out of the game. I haven't heard an update yet, but I believe he got hurt running the bases.
Oh no! Well, I got to be honest, Smitty. Running the bases can be tough when you don't know how to get there. You know what I mean?
100%.
That dude needs a GPS to get to first base.
Hey, listen, real shout out to Randy for joining us tonight. Yeah. I hope you are doing all right, Smitty, after what happened to your Knicks. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. You know what? What can I say? Tip my hat to Miami. Like you mentioned before, Ray, their head coach. I mean, it's obvious that Tibbs has been getting out coached. The Knicks out rebounded, missing free throws, ball control. I mean, it's just been a mess, and then the comments that Randall has made, it just makes you wonder, the Knicks are the Knicks. They came in and they're playing they remind me of what they're playing like the Cleveland Cavaliers played against the Knicks. That's how they're playing against Miami. So it's do or die at the Garden the next game. Hopefully they'll win. It's not over till it's over.
Listen, what happened to your boy Julius Randle, Smitty? That dude took off first, second, third quarter. It's like he was relevant. He was, making some buckets. And then the fourth quarter happened. That dude just disappeared.
And you know what? The more I see him play, I mean, from my point of view, the more I see him play is during the regular season, he was inconsistent. But during the playoffs, if it's not about him, then he's not satisfied.
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson has taken the spotlight off of him. That's just my belief. You know what I mean? And he's just one of those players that he'll never be, in my opinion, he'll never be the catalyst of a team. He's a role player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he's got to have that mindset that they have to get a W. And what he said, I don't agree with. Some fans might look at it like, maybe that'll spark something on the Knicks.
Yeah.
But, maybe they want it more than we do. Who says that? You know what I mean?
Right.
That's my take on it, So hopefully they'll win the next game and we'll move on from there.
So, Smitty, I was talking to, our good friend Charles Reynolds, right? And he loves basketball. He's a Lakers fan. Shout out to the Lakers, which I'm not all that, thrilled about, right? But who he compared, and I mean, he's spot on with this one. You know who he compared Julius Randle to?
Who's that?
He said he was a poor man Zach Randolph.
Yes.
Dude, that's spot on, Smitty.
Yeah.
You know? Left-hander, obviously one way, likes to spot up from the corner. Yeah, no. Listen, man, are you going to be okay with the outcome of the series? I mean, are you satisfied with the Knicks making it as far as they did this year?
I mean, it's never satisfied. I'll be lying to you. I mean, did the Knicks overachieve? I don't know about that. I mean, they weren't the number 8 seed or anything like that. I mean, they were inconsistent all throughout the regular season. However, I've had higher expectations for the Knicks because of the matchup. If it was the Milwaukee Bucks, and Giannis being healthy or whatever, or the Celtics or the Sixers, then on paper, we look overmatched. But Miami, I mean, they have a good team. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Lowry, all those guys have been going off. You know what I mean? Love.
Yeah.
Are you serious? Kevin Love?
What's wrong?
How old is that guy?
I mean, Kevin Love, let's not sleep on Kevin Love, though. I mean, that guy was an all-star at one point of his career.
Yes, you're right.
He was a 20 and 15 guy. Do you remember?
Yes.
Do you remember that, Smitty?
Yes.
People always forget about Kevin Love. That dude used to be a 20 and 15 guy every night. So you know what? Good for Kevin Love. Good for the Miami Heat. Jimmy Buckets is the truth. How good is Jimmy Buckets?
Absolutely.
He's unstoppable. Jalen Brunson, like you said, obviously he's putting the Knicks on his back. He needs some help.
And I mean, listen, the bench hasn't been that strong. They haven't came through. I mean, Obi, he's been, and then now we got Quickly, who's hurt. He's doubtful for Game 5.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't know, bro. I mean, listen, I wouldn't be satisfied. I accept it, of course, as a fan. I accept it.
Yeah.
And we have to build from this. I mean, I think that the Knicks are just one consistent shooter away. Or maybe Tibbs, maybe they need a new coach. The more I look at it, it's like, Tibbs has this history of building teams, setting the foundation.
Yep.
And then does he get to the promised land? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, let's see. Randy, Smitty, did you enjoy the Knicks versus Pacers series back in the day or the Knicks versus Heat series? I think both of them were outstanding series, but the Knicks versus Pacers series, that was something else versus Reggie Miller being the villain at the Garden. That, that to me just edges a little bit over the Heat back
Aaron
in the day.
McKee,
right?
Yeah. Wasn't Aaron McKee, Rick Schmidt?
Yes, Rick Schmidt. Yeah,
Mark Jackson,
Action Jackson.
right? Mm-hmm. Well, probably one of the best, most underrated point guards in the history of the NBA. Nobody ever gives Mark Jackson props.
St. John's.
Yeah. What is he, a top 3 point guard and assists all time? Top 3, top 5. I mean, he's up there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, and I enjoy listening to him. They gave that guy a raw deal. He should be on the sidelines. He built that Warriors team.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So
go ahead.
Speaking of the Warriors.
Yes.
Right? Speaking of the Warriors, and we're going to get back on the Yankees, but as we're rolling with NBA, we're just going to go with it. Right? That's what we do here. We go with the flow. It's the hook, baby. By the way, if you're listening and you haven't gone over to our YouTube page and hit that subscribe button, we would really appreciate if you would just give it a click, give it a like.
free.
It's free.
It's free.
It's free. You don't even have to create an account. You can just go and subscribe, and it'll pop up when we come on if you enjoy what you're listening to. Same with Facebook. Give us a like, a follow, holla. Let's go. We're really enjoying this, having a lot of fun. But back to the Warriors and the Lakers. What's going on? Philly, Jesus. LA up 3-1. LeBron James is a 38-year-old machine, and he cannot be guarded right now. He is a matchup nightmare between him and AD. They cannot guard them. They are really putting it together, Smitty. Last night, they snuck out with a 3-point victory. You look at the stats, and I'm going to go back to game 2. Smitty and I believe I said that they took the night off because they wanted to go back to LA and steal 2 games. Not steal 2 games. They wanted to protect the home court, and that's what they did. So I don't know if you remember, Smitty. I think I mentioned something about LeBron and AD playing 32 minutes and 28 minutes in game 2. Obviously, they lost that game. Last night, game 4. Anthony Davis was on the court for 43 minutes. LeBron, 42. Smitty, do you think I was spot on with that? Or did I get lucky calling that one?
No, I think you were spot on. I mean, if those two are on the court, things look good for LA. I mean, are the Warriors done? In my opinion, I wouldn't say that they're done. I don't see the Warriors just, giving up. I mean, that team has a lot of experience. The momentum is definitely on LA side.
Yeah.
But I don't think that the Warriors are done.
I was listening to ESPN today, and my not so favorite commentator, Kendrick Perkins, was on there. And they asked him, they said, he was asked, what percentage do the Warriors have of coming back, making this a series? And he said, 0. 0%. And I would hate to agree with a guy, but I think he was right, Smitty. I think the Warriors, and I hate to say it, they just don't match up well at all. Clay is nowhere to be found sometimes.
Yes, that is true.
You know what I mean? Like, the Warriors can't win with Clay scoring 9 points in a pivotal. I mean, that was a pivotal game. You needed to go back to a Golden State with the series tied at 2. Now you're down 3-1. You're the worst team in the NBA on the road. And I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if the Lakers close it out. What is it tomorrow night that they? No, not is it tomorrow night?
It is.
When's game 5? Game 5
Wednesday.
is Wednesday, right?
Wednesday at 10.
Game 5 Wednesday at 10.
6.5 points.
Not looking good for Golden State at all. Klay Thompson needs to show up. He needs to be relevant. Andrew Wiggins stepped it up a little bit last night, but even those guys, someone has to step it up. Steph Curry cannot do this by himself. Wiggins chipped in 17. Gary Payton III chipped in 16. Draymond being the facilitator he is, dished out 10 dimes. Oh, I'm sorry. He had 7 assists. Curry had 14. I mean, the guy's got the team on his back, man. What is going on? Help Steph out.
Well, that's what happens. I mean, he's not getting any help. He's not getting any consistent help,
No, it's awful.
Yeah, they're going to, like I said, I mean, hopefully it's not over.
Yeah.
Hopefully they put up a fight and they beat LA the next game. I would hope, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
and
we'll see what happens.
And I was talking to some of the guys last night, and I was saying that, and this was before the game was over. It was like,
right.
I left work at whatever time I left last night, and I was yelling out the window because I'm trying to spin them all up on the whole like LeBron thing that I have going on. I want to call it hate, but let's call it dislike. The guy's he's great, no doubt about it. But I said, the greatest player in the generation over the last 20 years is probably LeBron, but there's a guy named Steph Curry that's pretty much owned him as far as like playoffs. He's got more rings. He changed the game. And if Steph gets another one, what's the argument? What's the argument of who was greater in this time when Steph Curry would have? He doesn't. He doesn't have another one. But you know what I'm saying.
Right.
You know, it's looking like the Lakers are going to run away with this thing. So I'm just going to stop the conversation I was about to get into. And yes, I was trying to spin them up. 100% Notter. 100.
No,
it's all good
that's
in the
cool.
hood.
Yeah, that's
so,
cool.
You have any comments on the Lakers? I mean, on the Lakers and the who are they playing
None
again?
at all.
I forgot who they were playing because that team hasn't showed up. They showed up
None
when
at
Anthony.
all.
They showed up when Anthony Davis and LeBron only played 38 and 28 minutes.
That's right.
Not looking good. Now let's talk
But
about.
I tell you who I got a comment on. Moving on.
Please.
It's Phoenix versus Denver.
Yes.
Phoenix versus the Denver Nuggets.
Ooh, and that's tonight, right? That's tonight,
Let's
10
see.
o'clock. 10
That is
o'clock tonight.
at
We're going to
10
see
o'clock.
that.
Yep.
Back to Mile High, right? Denver. I don't know if they're
Yep.
Mile High, but let's just say they are because it sounds cool.
Yep.
Big issue last game. Suns owner decided he wanted to get in the mix a little bit. He pulled a unbelievable LeBron from the stands, flopping like a fish. Are you kidding me?
Now let me ask you. Let me ask you this.
Yes, sir.
So by now, I think we've all seen what took place. Did you now keep in mind from what I saw was the owner, what's his name again?
Ishba. Let's just go with Ishba.
Ball. He got the basketball, right?
Call me Ishba.
He got the basketball.
Yes.
Nikola, right?
Yep.
Goes and it appears that he shoves him, elbows him.
Yep.
Now, how tall is that man?
Joker's got to be 7 feet.
7 feet?
Yeah, let's say he's 7 feet.
Now, do you honestly think that the owner did a LeBron and he flopped?
Did he?
Now, LeBron is a big dude. LeBron is a big dude.
6'8", 260. Yeah.
Yep.
Joker 6'11", 284, by the way.
Okay. All right.
It didn't take much for that guy to flop over.
Now, but listen to this though. Now, what do you think about when they interviewed Ishba and they asked him if the Joker should be suspended for this? And he said no.
Yeah, you know what? I give that dude bad props because he knows he was wrong. He shouldn't have touched the ball. You slow down the entire tempo of the game. Get out of the way. You're not supposed to touch the ball. The ref's right there, the player's right there. What?
Hold on, though.
Okay.
Now, do you think that Joker's got to mature a little bit and control his emotions?
Yes.
In that scenario, you know what I mean? Like, was he legitimately right for shoving that dude?
I mean, I don't think that he shoved him. I mean, it was kind of like, he just picked up his arm a little bit, and that guy was just a casualty of the move, And he sold it. He sold that. They got a point out of that. I mean, you heard Devin Booker say, hey, he did his job.
Right.
He did his job, by the way. Oh, my God. Devin Booker's the best player in the NBA right now in the playoffs. Is anybody paying attention to Devin Booker? Jeez. If anyone's going to beat the Lakers, it's going to be the Suns. I don't think Denver can I don't think Denver's going to match up well, honestly. I mean, AD
what's the
on
series,
Joker.
What's the series?
The series
what's the series? Is it
2-2? 2-2,
right.
But Denver hasn't been a great team on the road. I mean, they split the last series on the road, I believe. They lost 2 on the road.
Right.
Devin Booker, whoa. Watch out for that guy. He's not missing. He's on freaking fire 2 games in a row. What do you have, 40 plus, and then he had 35? He's averaging 37 points a game. He's averaging 37, Smitty, in the playoffs.
Now, who's covering him? Who's playing defense on him?
Oh, so that's a great question. I don't think they have anybody that can play defense on him. Honestly, nobody's playing defense on him. Nobody can contain him. Oh, Neil. Yo, Neil, we missed you, man. We missed you. You're not late to the show. We started late. We started at 8:30 tonight. Had some stuff going on. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be nice. I'll take a different manager.
Wait, what? Did I miss something?
He said, Smitty, hearing any rumblings out the Bronx with the coaching change being imminent.
Oh, yeah. Hey, man. It's got to be a matter of time. I know there's probably not going to be very many disappointed Yankee fans if that happens.
Yeah.
I
I
know.
mean, listen, hopefully they get an upgrade, though, because you know how that goes. Sometimes you got to be careful what you wish for because, the grass isn't always green on the other side.
The get up, we're picking the Lakers to win it all, huh, Randy? I don't. You know what? The way that this works, and I really pray that the NBA is not rolling out. Like, that's not the storyline. I hope that's not the storyline that the NBA wants. I really don't, because the dude's already been given the red carpet treatment his entire career. He wasn't even in the NBA yet, and he was already getting the red carpet. You know what I mean? I would hate for them to do that in the finals. There's some good basketball teams left. Denver's a great team. Phoenix is
Boston,
Philly. Boston's down 60-51 right now.
It's okay. It's still the third quarter.
Beginning of the third quarter, but you know what worries me about the Boston Celtics? Their head coach, Smitty.
Their head coach?
Their head coach worries me.
You know what I do like about the Boston Celtics? That I read an article today, and I like them taking self-accountability. Sure. That's what I like about the Boston Celtics. And I like Jaylen Brown stepping up and saying it was my responsibility that Harden took the winning shot, and that's my fault.
Yeah.
That to me speaks volumes of that team.
Sure.
Because if they have that mindset, and they apply it on the court, I mean, it's still early. It's 60-51. Anything can happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Tatum, he's been inconsistent lately too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know that you mentioned the coach. What worries you about? Yeah, what worries you about him?
What worries me about him is that when you're in the final, you have the ball with 15 seconds left or whatever the hell it was, and please, whoever's listening, comment on this. If you're the head coach of the Boston Celtics and you're down, I think they're only down by 1, right? I think that's what they lost by.
Yes.
You have the ball. You have time. You have timeouts. You burn a timeout and you run a play. So to think that this dude doesn't have a half a dozen to a dozen plays, like game-winning championship plays, it's like the water boy in the Notebook. When the coach had his notebook, once he lost his notebook, they couldn't win. This guy must not have a notebook. You don't call it? Would you call a timeout and run a set play? You only need a layup.
Right.
Marcus Smart shot a 3-pointer that went in after the buzzer already went off. You know what I mean?
Right.
You run a set play. You have options. Tatum can take that shot. The guy you mentioned, Jaylen Brown, can absolutely take that shot. Jaylen Brown's been the leader, in my opinion, on that team. He came out in that first quarter on fire, got in foul trouble, which was unfortunate for the Celtics because they need him. But, man, Joe Mazzulla, call a timeout, dude. Put that on you. Don't put it on your players. Take ownership. I'm blaming it on the coach. I'm not blaming it on Jaylen Brown. He made a bad read. He dove when he shouldn't have dove. But if he didn't dive, maybe Embiid would have had that little jumper right there because you know what I'm saying? He got double teamed. He made the play. The MVP made the play. By the way, I need to apologize. I need to apologize to Joel Embiid for my comment after he missed game 1, lost game 2, and he's pretty much stepped up game 3 and game 4. He went 30 and 34 at home. Double-double. Once again, 2 dimensions, not much of a passer. 30 and 13 in game 3, 34 and 13 in game 4. Great job, Joel Embiid. What is he doing tonight? Tonight he's got 23 and 5. Still got a whole third quarter and fourth quarter to go. He'll probably end up with another double-double. So, Jaylen Brown's kind of quiet tonight, only 10 points. Tatum's kind of leading the way with 17, Smart with 10. So, Celtics better get it together. Horford is awful right now from the field. He's 0 for 7. Celtics are trailing by 12 with 8 8.5 left in the third. Oh, yeah, we're going to see what happens there. And by the way, Randy just nailed it.
Yeah, James Harden.
James Harden out of nowhere. Well, it's 2 games that James Harden went for over 40. Pretty cool. Did you see
Yeah,
the
he
story?
wants to play.
You
He
saw
wants to
this?
play now.
No, good. He's one of the best shooters that we've seen in the game, honestly. The guy fires, he shoots, he makes, he scores. He hasn't been very much he hasn't been very solid in the playoffs. Not someone that you've been able to rely on. But you can rely on him in game 1 and you relied on him in game 4. You know? So, and that series is tied. Both games Harden went 40 plus, they won. Kind of makes you wonder who's the X factor.
Would you like to see Celtics versus Lakers in the finals?
No, I don't. I don't want to see the Lakers in the finals at all because I'm afraid what the NBA is going to do, honestly. If the Lakers are in the finals, it's over. The Lakers already won. This thing is already mapped out for the Lakers. That's my thought. That's my conspiracy, Smitty. I'm a conspiracy theorist at the moment.
Okay.
And obviously it has to do with LeBron. By the way, they can't stop him. Nobody can stop LeBron right now. All that load management all season long is benefiting him. Would you agree?
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, Neil wants to know, did we talk about all the college athletes implicated in this gambling stuff?
Not yet. Didn't really get into it. Honestly, I saw it was Iowa and Iowa State. I did not read any of the articles about it. Smitty, did you read any of it?
I have not. Are those factual events? I mean, are they just accusing the college athletes of gambling, or?
So basically, Iowa and Iowa State, I guess the players are gambling. Now, what are they gambling on?
Is it sports?
Games? Oh yeah, no. They're definitely gambling on sports.
Okay.
41 current student athletes between the University of Iowa and Iowa State University were confirmed as being involved in an investigation. So that's not a couple athletes. 41, that's a big number.
Neil said like several sports, he said.
Yeah, that's awful. Well, it's not a good look. But listen, here and honestly, this kind of makes me want to touch a little bit on the whole name, likeness, what's that? The NIL, name, image, and likeness. You're giving these kids money. What do you think kids do when they have money? You know what I mean?
Right.
They're out buying shit. They're gambling. There's incentives for them. You know, I don't know. That's got to be part of it. I'm sorry. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't think college players should be getting money like that. I'm cool with it if they're in a video game. I don't have any issue if they're in a video game and there's a little bit of money coming in. But to get like millions of dollars, Bryce Young, even the girl from UConn, Paige Beckers, I'm pretty sure she's getting a nice paycheck. Right. I know that was it the LSU gymnast, the 2 sisters from Miami basketball team. Mm-hmm. I mean, are they great athletes? They're Division I athletes, but they're making millions of dollars. I mean, they're Instagrams and TikToks, and they're all blowing up based on, how they look, which is fine. I mean, I'm not hating.
Right.
But to get paid that much money to be a college athlete, you're already getting a free education. That was kind of whatever. I'm just going to go down a hole right now with this. I don't feel like doing it at the moment.
Okay.
But what do you think on that? I mean, do you think I'm far off with them getting all this money? What would you do as an 18-year-old, 19-year-old with this money? By the way, Liskey, what do you think? Randy, what do you think of the betting that's going on with these kids?
Right.
Do you like the
Randy
NIL?
wants to know, are they betting on their own team?
I don't see anything in here that says that they're betting on their own teams. But then again, the Iowa Division of Criminal Investigation Special Enforcement Operations Bureau serves the primary criminal investigation enforcement. The DCI is involved in ongoing investigation concerning sports wagering involving individuals at Iowa State. This time, no criminal charges have been filed and no further information will be released. The DCI will work cooperatively cooperatively with the Iowa Racing and Gaming Commission concerning any potential regulatory violations. I mean, it doesn't really say too much as far as, specifics to it, but I'm probably not on the right side either. But what's your opinion on it?
I'm with you on that. You know what I mean? Like you said, if you're a young kid and you get all this money, I mean, that's bound to happen. I'm not saying that it's right. I'm not condoning it, but I mean, think about it. Like you said, they're getting this money and they're just going to do what they see, you know what I mean? What they think might make them some more money, Randy says the twin girls are going to the WWE.
And good for them. You know what I mean? Like, that's great. Listen, everyone's got a niche,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Neil said that it all started with the Alabama versus LSU in baseball.
Oh, yeah. And the Alabama coach got fired. The Alabama coach got fired. Yeah, he got
Why
fired.
did he get fired? Do you know?
He was gambling. The Alabama coach was gambling.
Oh, he was spearheading that. Okay.
Yeah, crazy.
Gambling drama. All right.
Crazy. Okay. Hey, you know what? That's what happens.
Hey, listen, so we touched on the NBA. Where are we going to next? Right. What's our next stop?
Well, I got a little bit sidetracked with that whole gambling thing, and obviously I like to do a little bit of the gambling myself. Celtics are down 12. Nuggets are on at 10. Who are you going to pick for the game tonight? And did the Celtics come back trailing 12 in the third?
I would hope the Celtics do come back. It would be nice to see the Celtics come back. And then tonight, I'm going with Denver tonight.
Denver?
Yes.
I'm curious to see if they can stop Devin Booker and KD. Kevin Booker's a problem. I'm going with Phoenix, Smitty.
You want with Phoenix tonight?
I'm going to go with the Suns. Yeah, they're hot right now. Yeah. They're hot. Joker put up 53 points and they took an L. I mean, geez. Are you kidding? How hard is that to do?
Right.
How hard is that to do? How can you put up 53? Oh, that's because you didn't get enough help. That's so, Smitty, let's talk a little bit about the Yankees.
Yes.
Let's talk about that good old team Let's talk about that team in New York, right? So it's a great time for the Yankees right now, obviously. They were able to steal one game in Tampa. Kind of put a little bit of put a Band-Aid on the cut.
It's funny you say that because Garrett Cole, that was so far this year, that was his worst game in Tampa. Far.
Yeah, gave up 5 runs.
And it just collapsed. It was a collapse in the 6th inning, and the Yankees couldn't just come back. I mean, they tied it, they did what they could, and then there was a bonehead play out in the outfield. It is what it is. At this point, we play Tampa Bay again. Tampa Bay, that's another article that I read today. Is Tampa Bay for real? Are they playing because they are that talented, or are they playing that well for some other reasons? You know what I mean? So,
but what would those other reasons be?
I don't know. You know what I mean? You got a Rosarena, Franco hitting the ball well. All these guys hitting the ball well.
Yeah. How about their pitching too?
Their pitching is good. Yeah.
It's not like they're not just hitting the ball. I mean, let's be honest here. If we're going to say if a team is for real or not, I would question the Red Sox. I'd question my own team.
Actually, you know what though? The Red Sox, the issue that I have with, I don't have an issue. The Red Sox, no, you know what? They had the momentum going for it. The Red Sox were on a 8-game winning streak.
8 games.
And then, now they're starting to play some good teams. Some really good teams. They play Toronto, which Toronto, for some reason, just broke down, at Fenway Park. And then you guys went to Philly, was it?
Yeah, we beat a Toronto team that was playing good. Then we you know, we beat the Phillies, and they were playing
You
decent.
swept Toronto.
Yeah, and we oh no, we lost the last game in Philly. Yeah,
Yep.
we swept Toronto, beat
Yep.
Cleveland the last couple games.
Yep.
Struggled against Baltimore, which we've been doing pretty much all year. The
Well,
Brewers
Baltimore's
are
a good team. Baltimore's a good team.
we took 2 out of 3 from the Brewers, 2 out of 3 from the Twins, 2 out of 3 from the Angels, right? We got swept by the Rays 4 games. We swept the Tigers.
You guys are losing right now, by the way, 8-1 to the
I know
Braves.
we are. I know we are. We got swept by the Pirates, right?
Yep.
I mean, those are the last few series. But, you know, not to steer away from the Red Sox because that's not really right now you guys are playing the Oakland Athletics, which is a perfect time for you guys, especially after the dreadful start, I guess we could call it.
Absolutely.
For New York. Great time
100%.
to play. Great time to play the worst team in baseball.
Yes.
You know, you figure you're going to take 3 games out of the 3 that you're going to play. Then
one can only hope.
But what happens after that, Smitty?
Then we have Tampa Bay.
Then you got Tampa Bay again. So now it's like, you know, now is it back to reality, or like we know, it's a game of runs or a game of.
That's right.
You know, who's hot, who's not. Here come the Rays back again, and now you guys are going to be defending your home field, right? Tampa's coming to New York.
Tampa's coming to New York.
Not sure what the pitching. And what do we have here, right? So tomorrow you guys play a day game. Muller versus Johnny Brito. Kyle Muller. Not really a guy that you guys should be too concerned with, but at the same time, you guys don't have a great pitcher on the mound either.
No.
Both guys are above 6 ERA. Muller's almost touching 2
right.
with his
But
wins.
I tell you, I mean, our and again, I don't want to jinx, you know, my team, but our bullpen has been good, you know, and that's the thing that, you know, it seems like the Yankees have been piecing together with glue, holding the team. You know what I mean? Picking up our starters. Cortez pitched the other day. It wasn't his best start. You know, his Cortez start. We have Tampa Bay for 4. Right next, we have Toronto for 4, and then we have Cincinnati. That's the Yankee schedule right there.
Yep. And then you got Baltimore and San Diego, and then the Mariners, and then the Dodgers. Yes. You know what I mean? And then you don't get a break till you play the White Sox, and then right after that you play the Red Sox.
So listen to this. While we're talking about the Yankees, right? I want to bring up Luis Severino.
Oh boy.
Okay, Severino was told that he was going to pitch a sim game, and he didn't agree with that. We all know that he's injured, and he was going to pitch a sim game. He didn't agree with that. It's his contract year. He voiced his feelings, and he said that was unnecessary. Now, you're the owner of the team. You're the manager of the team. Would you sign this injury-prone player who just disagreed with your decision and was open about it to the media?
No, of course not. No, you don't sign him. Why would you sign him? The guy's been a bum. And I'm not even like, that's true. He's been a bum. You don't even have anything to stand on. You know what I mean? You just showed up to the bar with no money in your wallet and you're trying to find somebody to buy you a drink. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, I'm not even gonna buy you a drink, dude. You're not even cool.
Not even a PBR? What's really going on?
Dude, it could be 25-cent draft night. You're not getting a beer out of me. And I think most Yankee fans would probably agree with me. Would you buy him a beer?
Nah.
I'd be like, yo, you owe me. Exactly. You better buy me a damn beer. I mean, you don't got to buy me shit, Severino. But I'm good. I'm good on that. And I'm sure most Yankee fans are, just like they are with a few other pitchers that you guys have signed that have been Frankie Montas and now Rodon.
Oh, God.
You know? It's like there's been a list of pitchers that the Yankees just missed on.
I think that Cashman, being a Giants fan with Gettleman, the experience that I had with Gettleman, and of course his tenure is not as long as as Cashman's.
Yep.
All I can think of is this guy, man. The pattern is there. You know what I mean? Like, you know, he gets these pictures that, and Rodon, his wife, went on Twitter and she defended his name. You know what I mean? Which I give her props for that, you know.
Yeah. I mean,
and pretty much called it bullshit. But I think that this guy, dude, I mean, we spoke about it before. Chronic back pain. Are you serious?
Yikes. Yeah.
You know? So
you know why his wife did that?
Of course.
Yeah. Weekly spa visits.
Yes.
That's
absolutely.
why she did that. Yeah.
Keep that paper keep the paper coming in.
Yeah. And I respect it.
Yeah.
What kind of treatment do you think she gets when she goes in there? You think she's like a Swedish wrap or
I don't know, to be honest with you.
Stone massage, do they do those? I don't know. Anyway, before we get on to the weird shit. So back to the Yankees. Obviously, tomorrow you got that matchup with Brito and Muller. But then it's game 1, May 11th, 7:00. Herman, by the way, who just came off that great start, got pulled after pitching 8 1/3.
Yes.
Taking on Drew Rasmussen. Fairly even game. You know, they're Rasmussen's got a slightly better ERA, 1 run less. I think it's going to be a good matchup. It'll be a good matchup, game 1.
It'll definitely be a good matchup. And, you know, I mean, any team that comes to the Bronx wants to beat the Yankees, period.
Yeah.
You know, so it'll always be a good matchup. I mean, Herman, you know, he's either good, he's either going to give you all he's got, or he's going to struggle, you know.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, that besides Garrett Cole, I mean, you got Cortez, and then after that is just question marks, you know, which is terrible, you know. You know, the fact of the matter is that the Yankees going into the season, you know, and nothing is guaranteed. That's why I'm always weary when a new pitcher comes in and dons pinstripes on. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you know, you were good for this team, but now you're in the spotlight. You're in a big spotlight. What are you going to do? You know? So that's my attitude when it comes to that. We'll see what happens, you know?
Listen, very big series for the Yankees this one coming up. Very big series. This early in the year and being down that many games, and you know,
absolutely.
Obviously the season's not won in May.
No, but you know what? These games still matter.
No, they do matter. They matter a lot, especially when you're in last place in the division. You know? And then, I mean, you pretty much have you have 3 series in the next 2 weeks.
So Randy is saying, asking, why do you think starting pitchers don't go far in games anymore? My take on that is analytics. There's a lot of analytics. There's a lot of, you know, babying. There's a lot of the pitchers are not made like they were. You know what I mean? That's my take on that. The pitch count comes in, and they want the bullpen to come in. That's the only thing that I can come up with.
You know what I think, and not to say that anything you said was wrong, but pitchers these days are not like pitchers those days. Right?
Absolutely.
In those days, I'm talking about the guys that are throwing and hitting corners at 93, 94, 95. We have pitchers now that are throwing the ball 98, 99, 100, up to 104. Or did we see one at 107 this year?
Yes.
Did somebody throw the ball 107? Like the kid
I think
from
it
Pittsburgh?
was Mitch Keller.
Nah, I don't think Mitch Keller pitched last night.
Game. Yeah, he pitched a complete game last night.
CGSHO, complete game shutout. 10K. Did he have 10Ks? No, Logan Gilbert had 10Ks last night for Seattle. Another guy that pitched went pretty deep.
Oh boy, just an update. The Celtics are getting blown out right now, bro.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Philly's got all the momentum. This is going to be a huge flop for the Celtics. This is a huge flop. As a Celtics fan, I'd be absolutely disgusted.
What seed were they entering the playoffs?
2 seed.
2.
Yeah, Philly's a 3. Obviously, Giannis got knocked out. It's going to be Miami. It's going to be Miami and Philadelphia. What the hell? I don't think either team is going to be able to challenge any of the West teams, honestly.
I don't
Unless
know,
Jimmy
man.
Butler just plays out of his butt. He's been playing insane.
Yes.
But,
Yes.
Tyler
And he's
Hero
a
is a big
leader.
loss.
He's a leader where he involves he's not afraid to involve the other players in Miami. They get involved, and that's key
Yeah.
right there. You know what I'm saying? With Jimmy Butler goes down, they
Yep.
still want to win. They still have that drive.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I agree. It's going to be interesting to see what happens though with the Celtics moving forward here. They pretty much put them backs. They push themselves into the closet here. They're going to be making tea times very shortly because they're going to end up in Philadelphia. They're going to losing the series 4-2. It's all over Boston. It all started with the Bruins and it followed through with the Celtics. And now the only thing you have in Boston are the Red Sox, and I'm not sure that is what you have to look forward to if you're a Boston fan. Just saying. That sucks. But while we're talking about Boston, let's talk about the Red Sox.
Yeah,
And we're
let's
doing
talk
a
about the Red Sox.
lot of talking about pitching tonight, Smitty. Talking a lot about pitching. One thing that we don't have in Boston is pitching. But one thing I would like to add is, boy, did Chris Sale look pretty freaking good.
He did look good.
Did Chris Sale look pretty freaking good or what?
See, the only thing that concerns me about for you, Chris Sale, is that his ability to stay healthy. Because that guy has like the worst luck, man. Let's be honest. I mean, last year, look what happened. He came back and then he got drilled. I think it was, his thumb or something like that, and he can't stay healthy. That's the whole thing with Chris Sale. But right now, his last start, yeah, he did look good. I don't know how many strikeouts he had.
He had
controlled.
10. He had 10 strikeouts. And he was touching 98, 99. And he looked like he's back. I know he touched it a little bit on Saturday morning, but I just wanted to throw it back out there again because that's one thing I am excited about as a Red Sox fan.
And you should be.
Is, Chris Sale. But, oh, man, I hate to go back to the Yankees real quick, but I have to. How about Harrison Bader, Smitty?
Harrison Bader. And you know what? That guy, I think he's good. I think he's one of the best. When he's healthy, he's one of the best center fielders in the majors.
Yeah.
He gives it all he's got, and he throws his body out there, hence the reason why he gets hurt. I think that if he played a little bit smarter and, stayed away from whoever it is, an infielder that's out there and set in the outfield, he can be all right. You know what I mean? But he definitely brings that energy to the ball club, Absolutely.
For sure. Listen, he's played 6 games so far?
Yes. Yep.
He's hitting .381. He's slugging .857. His OPS is 1.266.
Yep.
He's only struck out twice, 22 plate appearances.
Yeah, he makes contact with the ball. I mean, he's
multiple hit games. He's got 3 multiple hit games already. He's only played in 6 games, Smitty. He's got 2 hits tonight. He's got 2 more hits tonight. What do you have? 3 last night?
Yeah.
Or the night before? Mm-hmm. That's a huge addition for an offense that has been pretty much like lethargic.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Judge is back, right? Aaron Judge is back.
Judge came back tonight.
Yep. And you know what he hasn't done yet, surprisingly? He hasn't struck out yet. Right?
Yep.
I got to throw a little bit of shade out there. I can't just keep pumping up the Yankees.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
But you know what? I'll give props when props are due. And right now, Harrison Bader's a little fire starter that you guys really needed on this winning streak you guys are on. Maybe
definitely
2 game heater. Is that what it is? 2-game heater, Smitty, for the Yanks?
Yes.
Potentially.
Mm-hmm.
Possibly. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff. Nobody's really super hot right now in the major leagues. God, nobody's won more than 3 games in a row right now. Everybody's pretty much just kind of playing baseball. We're having a tough time with the Atlanta Braves. Obviously, they're a good, solid team. They're leading the NL East.
We got, I think, Texas won 3, right?
Yeah, Texas won 3 in a row. But you know what? We were hot. We won 8 in a row. I mean, we haven't really seen any teams do that quite yet, other than Tampa Bay. You know, and listen, Tampa Bay still won 8 out of their last 10 games. Nobody should question if Tampa Bay is for real. Honestly, they've scored 118 more runs than they've given up. Nobody's even close. Texas Rangers 86. Texas Rangers. Texas Rangers got the 1-2 punch.
By the way, Bowers just hit a home run for the Yanks. The score is now 9-3.
Nice. I mean,
Bowers,
not really.
that's another name.
Not really, but you know what I mean? Good for them.
Hey, listen, so Houston, right? Let's talk about the Houston Astros. Let's talk about the Houston Astros a little bit. Let's go to that division.
The team that's owned the Yankees.
Okay, if you want,
I'll do that. I'm down.
If you want to give them that title, if you want to be like a Houston Astro fan for the moment right now,
I am in October.
Okay.
I am in October.
And that talks a lot about your team. But anyways, like I was saying,
matter.
Houston has lost 3 in a row.
Yep.
Right. And 17 and 18.
Yep.
Right. They lost one of their starters. I believe that he's out for the year, right? Garcia.
Yeah. Yep.
So
Luis Garcia.
Yeah. Maybe they'll wait. Maybe they're waiting on Altuve. Altuve is probably, the team, because they have Yordan Alvarez, but maybe they're waiting on Altuve to see if they could get clicking again,
They need to do something. I think Altuve is definitely a huge part. But yeah, Garcia is going to have to take, not have to take, but he's going to go into the knife, Tommy John.
Yep. Okay. All right.
Tommy John. So we'll see what happens. I mean, it's not the same Houston team that they were. But you know what Houston does? They kind of falter in the beginning.
Yes.
And then they always play better later on in the year. It's May.
Texas,
we know that. I
think, it's a good pitching matchup tonight out in the West Coast with while we're on that division. The Anaheim Angels, Shohei Ohtani is going to be pitching against Framber Valdez against the Houston Astros. That should be a really good game.
Yeah, Valdez is having a decent year for the Astros.
Yep. Texas is first in that division.
But you know who's pitching great?
Who's that?
Eovaldi.
Yes.
Eovaldi's having a heck of a season.
Well, I mean, as a Yankee fan, I can only say that guy's always been, a Yankee killer. He always stepped up for you guys when he pitched against the Yankees. Yes, he definitely.
3.22 ERA, 1.1 WHIP, 44 Ks, 44 Ks and 7 starts.
Nice.
What's that? 6 Ks.
Mm-hmm.
Averaging 6 Ks a game. It's not bad.
No, not at all.
Nice.
Not at all. What about out in National League in the West Coast, Arizona? You think they're for real?
They got some young talent.
They're 7-3. Now, San Diego played LA Dodgers, their rivals out there in the left coast.
Yeah.
San Diego took 2 out of 3 from LA. LA has lost 1, but their last 10, they're 8-2, and they're first in that division, 21-15.
Yep. You're talking about
which is the same Red Sox. That's your guys.
The Dodgers, the West Coast.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
JD's been on the shelf too. He hasn't really been doing much. The thing that concerns me with the Diamondbacks, as far as like competing with the Dodgers, I don't think they're going to be able to put up enough runs with their pitching. Their pitching's not the best. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The kid Zach Gallen, however you pronounce his name, he's a pretty good pitcher.
Yeah.
He's a pretty good pitcher. You got that dude Merrill Kelly, the ace for the American team. Jeez.
Yep, I got you. Yep.
But listen, they got 2 guys, right? They have 2. They have a 1 and a 2, solid 1 and 2 in Gallan and Kelly. They're both sub 2.25 ERAs, 2.3, and actually, I'm sorry, Kelly's got a 2.7, 2.75 ERA. Galan's at a 2.3. 64 Ks for Zach Galan. 0.85 whip. Wow, pretty good. Pretty good through 8 starts, Smitty. Kelly, 2.75, 119 whip. So they definitely have the 1-2 punch, but after that, yikes. It freaking falls hard.
They don't have a bullpen either.
Yeah, no, it's not really looking that great. You know, you're looking at these numbers. There's number 3, 6, 5, 7. I mean, these are starters. No. Yeah, no. 7 was a guy in the bullpen. He's made 14 appearances. The other guy's 16 appearances with a 5 over 5.8. Yeah, their bullpen's not good at all. But you know who is good for Arizona? And rookie of the year, my prediction for the rookie of the year, what happened to Jordan Walker? Ugh, guy can't play in the field. He's stinking it up right now.
Down.
Jordan Walker, yeah, he got assigned in April, at the end of April, back down to AAA, and he can't even hit anything. He's actually awful in AAA. Poor guy.
You know,
he was doing pretty. Listen, he was doing pretty well up here, but they don't have a place for him in the field. Yeah. They don't got a spot for him. He can't field. He's not a good fielder. Rookie of the year. Yeah. Rookie of the year. I believe he does qualify as Corbin Carroll. Corbin Carroll. Have you ever heard of him, Smitty?
I have.
He's an absolute.
As a matter of fact, I just heard about him a couple of days ago.
He debuted last year, but baseball's funny with the whole rookie of the year crap. I don't know, like how you qualify, how many games you have to play in order to qualify or not qualify for rookie of the year, so you can play the following year and win. But Corbin Carroll, one of my guys on my fantasy team that I inherited. Wow, did I get lucky with that one? Oh. He's got 10 stolen bags. He's hitting over 300. He's got 5 dingers, 9 doubles, 11 ribbies. 0.900 OPS. Batting third for the Diamondbacks. He's knocking them in. He scored 22 runs. He's only driven in 11. But guy's on fire. Christian Walker, Kendall Marte, Lourdes Gurriel came over from Toronto. Batting cleanup. He's been hitting the ball pretty well. He's over 300. You know, he's only got 5 dingers.
Yeah, it's a team to watch. I mean, I enjoy watching those teams that are in the come up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pittsburgh Pirates. Teams that that have been irrelevant for a while, and I always welcome that. Like, let's see what this team is doing. Let's see what they have to offer.
But I think.
Go ahead.
I think the Pittsburgh Pirates are starting to really, fall into place. They've won.
I mean, they did lose a big part of their offense and defense, which was O'Neal Cruz.
Right.
That was a bad injury that took place while he was sliding home plate. I don't know if you remember that.
No, you know what? I didn't see it, but I do know that he's been out.
Yeah.
How long is he out for? Do you know?
He's out for a while.
Yeah,
he's out for a while.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
That's too bad. Brubaker too. He was supposed to be, one of the guys for Pittsburgh this year. But listen, Pittsburgh, and I know we talked about them earlier in the year. They've won 3 out of their last 10 games. The Buccos are falling.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. I think,
and again, it's like you said. Their pitching. I mean, their arms. It's you look at that. Their salary. How much can you go with that? You know what I'm saying? So they're rebuilding. I'm still watching them.
No, they're a young team, and honestly, how can you not root for the Pittsburgh Pirates? They've never won a damn thing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So listen, before
they're like the New York Jets.
Right. You nailed it. Nailed it in the head. So listen. So before we move on to the New York Mets, in the NL East, Randy asked, "Who's your favorite Red Sox pitchers of all time?"
Oh, it's Pedro. We all know Pedro. No brainer.
Anybody else you got?
I mean, I loved a lot of them. Not a lot. I mean Clemens. I loved Clemens. I loved Wakefield. Josh Beckett. Um, God, who am I missing? I mean Keith Falk, Jonathan Papelbon.
Jonathan,
You know what I mean?
no
I,
doubt.
there's a bunch of Red Sox pitchers that I enjoyed.
Well, and where does Otani go?
Otani's going
Shohei
to go.
Ohtani.
I mean, I'm gonna keep saying Boston, but it'll probably be San Diego.
You think that Boston is willing to pay that man $600 million?
If Boston competes this year with the pitching staff that we have, we right now we can score runs. It's proven that we can score runs. We've been doing it without Adam Duvall. That sounds crazy to say that because he was tearing it up.
Yes, he was.
They just put him on the 60-day IL too, which is definitely a bummer. But
This guy,
God, if we could put
Steiger.
Otani, imagine having
Mhm.
Otani in the lineup, in the
yeah.
rotation, and in the batting order.
Definitely.
That'd be deadly. I mean, I think it would make us a contender. I mean,
Absolutely.
yeah,
Absolutely.
we're a contender with Otani. So, favorite Yankee pitchers.
Yankees pitchers. Ooh.
Favorite Yankee pitchers. I can think of a
Let's
couple that I like.
see. Of course, the great Mariano Rivera.
Always.
Let's see. Starters. Mike Mussina, CC Sabathia. Wow, I got to think really hard on this.
Come on, man. Andy Pettit.
Andy, of course. Andy.
Come on,
definitely.
man. That's like a
Andy Pettit. But there's so many of them, dude. There's so many of them. You know what I mean? Like in the 90s, I mean, it was just.
Were you a big fan of the fat guy there, David Wells?
How can you not like David Wells, man?
Yeah,
How can you not like David Wells? You know what I mean?
No
he said all the right things. He wasn't politically correct. You have to like David Wells.
Yeah, Clemens got to be
absolutely.
one too, right?
Clemens. Yeah. Cone. David Cone.
Cone. Yeah, Cone. Yeah. Yep.
So.
Yeah, no. Listen, the Yankees pitching carried him through the 90s.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So listen, while we're speaking of that, Buck Showalter. Wells was yeah, he was. Buck Showalter was there in I think it was in 95 for the Yankees.
Yep.
And I think that he was a great manager. However, he's now with the Mets. And the Mets were looking forward to an easy 13-game stretch against the Tigers, the Detroit Tigers, Colorado Rockies, Cincinnati Reds, and the Washington Nationals.
Oof.
Well, after losing 13-6, I think it was yesterday that they lost 13-6.
Yep.
They went 1-5 versus the Tigers and the Rockies. Okay. And they are now 17-18, 7 games behind ATL. Dwight Gooden, yes. Absolutely.
Terrible.
So that leads me to my question. What do you think is wrong with that team? What can they say that is it injuries? Is it chemistry? Is it age? Max Scherzer with the neck spasms?
Verlander? Verlander not starting the beginning of the year. I mean, you lose an ace, right? I mean, they have 2 aces or 2 potential aces, but Scherzer gets a rag arm at the end of the year, right?
Yeah.
I think, 100%. It's definitely their age.
They're trumpets old. Are not playing in Flushing.
The trumpets are clogged. I don't know. The Mets just stink, honestly. There was a lot of hype, a lot of hope, and I even thought that, they could have been one of those teams. I really did.
On paper, absolutely.
On paper. But we all know how paper works.
Yeah. But besides the polar bear, Pete Alonso, who's hitting the ball out of the ballpark for them?
Well, they don't have that power. They don't have power bats at all. I mean, Francisco Lindor.
What's he doing?
He's hitting He's hitting. Jeez, what is he hitting? He's got 5 dongs. He's only hitting 217. 217. And how much money is he getting paid? Talk about a waste of money.
He's getting paid a lot.
You know?
He's getting paid a lot. You know?
Yeah. They don't really, and I'm looking at their lineup right now. I mean, Brandon Nimmo is batting cleanup. Brandon Nimmo. Oh, no, he's batting third. I'm sorry. Jeff McNeil is batting cleanup.
Well, let me ask you this real quick while you said he's batting cleanup. Looking at the Yankees lineup, Aaron Judge batting second. Would you, if you was the manager of the New York Yankees, would you bat Aaron Judge second?
No. No, I'd bat him third.
Where would you bat Aaron Judge?
I would bat Aaron Judge third.
And
all
Rizzo?
Day long. I would put Rizzo right behind him. Yeah. Or, I mean, I would kind of crunch. So obviously Stanton's out. Maybe I would put Rizzo third and bat Judge fourth. Or I would bat. I mean, I don't have a problem with Judge going 2 and Rizzo going 3 either. Because Rizzo Judge probably would be better for me.
Okay.
Because you got to pitch to Rizzo because you don't want to get the Judge. And right field is such a short porch in New York. He can hit popcorn out of that park. Rizzo. You know what I mean? He's built for Yankee
Absolutely.
Stadium.
He's a left-handed hitter. Yeah.
So I would protect Rizzo and put him right in front of Judge. Maybe Rizzo third, Judge fourth. Bader.
Let me ask you this. Jordan Diaz. You ever heard of that name?
Yes.
What team does he play for?
I don't know.
He plays for the Oakland A's.
You
know how many home runs he's got against the Yankees tonight?
Oakland A's.
He's got 4. He's got 4 in the season.
You know
how many home runs he's got tonight against the Yankees?
Can you tell me who the Oakland A's are?
He's got 3 home runs tonight.
Holy crap. Second baseman, huh? How many games has this guy played all year? He's only played in 14 games. He's batting 237. Jeez.
Volpe just hit a
2 years old from Monterio. He's from Colombia.
Yeah. We're slugging it out with the Oakland A's.
Hey, it says he's 22, Smitty.
Yeah, he's a young kid.
That means he's probably 28.
You want to go there? You want to touch on that?
No, we can save that for another day. I got to do a little bit more research before I start really hammering some of these players from the islands and South America, and you know what I mean.
Yeah. All right, we'll save that for another day.
By the way, we're gonna do a little show with some players who claim they are what they're not.
Definitely.
I.e. Albert Pujols, i.e. Wandy. Who was it? Wandy what?
Wandy Peralta?
Wandy Rodriguez.
Oh, Wandy Rodriguez? Yep.
Oh, the Danny Almontes, other pass.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We'll get that one lined up for next week, Smitty.
Yeah, definitely.
Next week we're going to touch. By the way, we might have a guest next week, Smitty. We're not going to go there yet, but looking like we might have a guest.
Okay.
Next Tuesday night, stick around if you're watching. We might have a guest coming on. I'm not going to tell you who, but.
So listen, so okay, that's baseball. Let's move on to the NFL. Oh, Randy wants to know how's your golf game going.
For the amount I play, I am not upset. Put it that way. Not upset. It's not bad. It's not embarrassing. We'll see what happens. You can't really talk about how good or bad your golf game is, or say if you're good, you can't talk about how good it is, because nothing is more humbling than 9 holes on the front and then 9 holes on the back. You know what I mean?
I'll take
You're good. You're good on Saturday and you suck on Sunday. Obviously, we watch it on the tour every weekend. It's hard to put they got to put 4 rounds together. I just try to put a front and a back together. So, but I love the game.
Cool.
So, Randy mentioned earlier. Oh, look what he just put up, though.
There it is.
Something that we touched on. So, we were going to get into hockey right there. I know Smitty was going there.
No. I was
Randy
thinking about
asked
NFL.
Randy did ask a question earlier, or he made a comment earlier about the Chicago Blackhawks getting the number 1 pick and Bedard,
okay.
the 17-year-old that's just absolutely like lighting it up. That's all that I know. That's all that I saw. That's all that I read. And that's all the hockey talk that I have. And Smitty, before we jump into that NFL schedule and what it means, is there anything that you would like to comment
About the
on hockey
NHL.
and what's going on in the hockey world? Because
I tell you right now, the Devils, they look like they hurting, man. They look like they're hurting. I don't see the Devils right now. The score is, and they're playing the Carolina Hurricanes.
Yep. Oh, Carolina.
Oh yeah.
Is that come
Oh
on
well,
and
yep.
raise
That's
up?
a final. 6-1. Carolina won, and the Hurricanes are up 3-1. Dallas and Seattle. Dallas Stars play Seattle Kraken. Kraken lead the series 2-1. Yeah,
Now,
the Devils lost 6-1. Yeah,
now
I don't see them coming back.
Aren't those Florida Panthers that knocked
The
out
Panthers
the best
are
team ever
the
in
Panthers
hockey
are
about to
nasty, dude.
sweep the Maple Leafs? Did I see that?
They are nasty, man.
I saw
They
it
are
pretty
nasty.
good. I saw it
Yeah,
pretty cool.
they're up 3-0 against the Maple Leafs, and the Vegas Golden Knights. They're up 2-1 against the Edmonton Oilers.
I did see a pretty cool meme, Smitty. It was a broom and a bunch of Maple Leafs on the ground, and it just said what Florida is about to do. And it was, it looked like a fall day in New England. Looked like a fall day in New England with the broom and the Maple Leafs on the ground. Whoever created that meme, obviously, it was pretty cool. I liked it.
Definitely.
I hit the like button on that one. And if you guys like what you're hearing, make sure you hit the like button. Go to YouTube and subscribe, please. Slowly building it here, having a good time while we're doing it. Obviously, Boston, New York, and everything else in between. So, did we get all the hockey, Smitty?
Yeah, that's all hockey right there.
Did we just play the hockey talk?
Yeah, that's all hockey right there. That's all hockey.
Freaking
now let's move to the NFL real quick. Randy had a question, and the question was, are you pumped for the NFL schedule release? Of course, the NFL schedule release is due for this Thursday night. There's a lot of talks about the strength of schedule. Of course, this year the NFC East plays the AFC East, which, of course, if you look at those divisions, they have some tough teams. And, of course, right there, that'll tell you the type of schedules those teams have.
Yeah.
So the 2023 strength of schedules are, Philly, Miami, the Giants, the Pats, the Cowboys, Jets, Buffalo, the Commanders, the Rams, and the Raiders. Those are the 10 right there. And that's based on opponents' winning percentage in 2022. So what is the Black Friday game? The Black Friday game. Do you know, Ray, the Black Friday game?
The Black Friday, honestly, I read it earlier, but my mind is
I can tell you this much. I mean, there are some rumors. I read an article today. There are some rumors that
Eagles.
Is it
maybe?
the Eagles? Eagles against who?
Maybe it could be a Super Bowl preview of last year's Super Bowl.
Kansas City?
Eagles, yeah, Eagles, Chiefs.
Okay.
But I do know the Bills, Titans, Jags, Chiefs, and Patriots will host international games.
Actually.
So that'll be pretty cool. That'll be cool. I mean, everybody that you're playing already.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's just a matter of how they're going to release it.
So
you mentioned the New York 9/11 game, right?
Yes, that's the article that I read today. There were some rumors of 9/11 Monday night prime time, New York Giants versus the Jets. That would definitely be an interesting game, considering the date. And it would mean a lot, as a New York fan for me, if that game was to be played on that date.
So I'm curious. It says that the Black Friday game will be announced by Amazon and select contests will be revealed by Fox and CBS on Fox and Friends and CBS Mornings. But if the Black Friday game is being announced by Amazon, does that mean that Amazon is going to take that game?
Oh, you don't really know it.
So what are we doing? Honestly, I'm over this Amazon crap. There's no reason that anything should be on Amazon. Why can't anything be traditional anymore?
But
You
it's
know what I'm
all
saying?
it's all business though, Ray.
Yeah,
It's all business.
I mean, obviously, I understand that, but at the same time, it's just like it's annoying as a fan. It's annoying. Even the NFL Network. You know what I mean? Like this is not the UFC. This is the NFL. The NFL's been around for 50 plus years. You know what I mean? On TV, on TV network. Why are you putting it on other bullshit? Keep it on CBS and ABC and Fox.
The best advice, and clearly you sound a little bit frustrated, and I get you, I understand you. But the best advice that I can give you is stream. And you can get all the games. Believe me,
By the way.
So listen, I'll go to my source, CBS NFL. I don't know how credible they are, but their prediction is Black Friday game is Eagles Giants. That's what their prediction is.
Eagles
Black Friday
Giants.
game prediction, Eagles Giants, Friday, November 24th.
That'll be a good one. That'll be a good one. It's going to be interesting to see, see where them G-men are at this year. Obviously, you already know my thoughts and feelings on the Giants.
Always. Last year, the year before.
Yeah, every year, 2000s. Yeah. You don't have to go that far back. It's all good.
It's all good.
It's all good, Smitty. I know where you're going to go. But strength of schedule, very important. Yes. I think I think Giants fans are going to learn that the hard way this year with a better football team.
Who's the better football team?
I said with a better football team. The Giants are going to be a better football team in 2023 than they were last year in 2022. And you're not going to be, that schedule is it's going to be hard to mirror the record you had last year.
Absolutely. And listen,
definitely.
I said it over and over again on our show and the conversations that I've had with fellow fans.
Yeah.
Clearly we overachieved last year, but I am interested. Am I looking forward to taking some lumps? Absolutely not.
Yep.
But it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? As a fan, just like you're
Sure.
looking forward to seeing Mac Jones develop. I'm looking forward to seeing my team develop, and we'll go from there. Clearly, we have a rougher schedule this year, and we'll see what happens, Let's see. Are the Giants playing the Cowboys in the first game of the season? I don't know. Maybe.
Possibly.
Yeah, maybe.
There's a good chance, but who knows?
Who was the first pick in fantasy football this year?
I mean, I don't know.
Oh, I mean, listen, nowadays
it depends what kind of league you're in.
Right. Nowadays, do you go with a wide receiver? Do you go with a running back, quarterback? And like Ray said, it depends on what kind of league you're in,
Yeah. I mean, quarterback heavy, point heavy league, I'd probably say Patty Mahomes. Justin Fields is going to be, watch out for that guy this year. Apparently they're loving him in Chicago. They said he's progressed light years, and that's what they said.
Yeah, I read that article also.
Years.
Yep.
So Justin Fields could be that dude. I don't think he'll be the first pick because it's a gamble at this point, right?
No.
But if I had to pick anybody, I'd probably go with either like McCaffrey, Jonathan Taylor, Eckler. It really depends who's. I mean, Anthony Richardson, is he going to be the starter in Indy this year? If he is, how many are they going to put in the box with Jonathan Taylor? So I think it's going to be one of those things where you kind of have to watch and see what happens during training camp. But I think Christian McCaffrey might be the safe pick.
Definitely.
I mean, dual threat. But, Austin Eckler, he's another one.
Yep.
But, one of those dudes. Even Justin Jefferson for the Minnesota Vikings. They just Minnesota just went and loaded up at wide receiver. God, who did they grab in the draft? They grabbed a very good receiver though. Jeez, I can't think of it. My brain is.
Minnesota.
I'm tired. Yeah, Minnesota grabbed a rookie wide receiver. That's going to be really good.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, you got to look at the projections. You got to look at the league that you're in. There's a lot of factors that go into place when you're doing fantasy football. Once you look into the projections, once you look into the league that you're in, then you determine who would be your first pick. Do the Chiefs repeat this year?
No. They picked up. So they added Jordan Addison. Jordan Addison was a wide receiver from USC the year before. Yes. He was the best receiver in college football. That he played for the University of Pittsburgh Panthers. Do the Chiefs repeat? I don't think they do. I think the AFC's, and I said it, and I'll probably say it all year, the AFC's absolutely loaded.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. The Chiefs, of course, like any other team that is up there with experience, has been in the show. They are the champs. I'm not going to say that they're not going to repeat, but it's definitely going to be a tougher path for them to repeat. Do they have the experience? Do they have the coaching? Do they have Patrick Mahomes? If they stay healthy, they have in my opinion, the best tight end right now. Why not?
They could. I mean, I think they could. Sorry, Smitty. Looks like I might.
So, if they stay healthy, I really see them. But it's going to be tough. The path is going to be tough for them to repeat this year.
Yeah, no, it's definitely going to be a tough thing for the Chiefs. But could it happen? Abso-freaking-lutely, man.
Yep.
I think the Chiefs are going to be a really good team, but obviously the AFC's loaded and it's going to be super tough.
Yeah, definitely.
So we'll see. I'm just trying to get a little power to my Mac before it turns off.
I think that it's about that time anyways, right? We're running into almost
there we go. Yeah.
2,200 hours, which is 10 o'clock.
Yeah. Oh, it's 10 o'clock already.
Almost, yeah. Did you guys like the Pro Bowl games this past year? I've never been a big fan of the Pro Bowl.
Nah.
As a matter of fact, to be honest with you, Randy, I didn't even watch it. So
I don't watch
the sneak
either.
attack from Miami. All right. Miami Dolphins. Nah. Sneak attack, Ray. What you got? What you got that, Ray?
I can, and you know what? One of V at work, Big Phil, big Dolphins fan, Van Vakitas, big Dolphins fan. I talk to him quite a bit about the Dolphins, and I'm a Tua fan, but unfortunately for the Dolphins, that Tua is their quarterback, and he's super fragile. Is he great? He's great when he's on the field, but he's one hit away. I think the basement in the AFC East for the Dolphins, it's gonna either be the Dolphins or the Patriots in the basement. AFC East, my opinion. The Jets are going to be really good. Obviously, Buffalo is going to be good again. I'm just hoping that we're not in the basement, but Miami's going to have a really tough road. They have the best receivers in the league, but Tua is such a what if that.
Yeah. Definitely.
But hey, if he does stay healthy, yes, there's a sneak attack. Yep.
I would like to see in that division. I would like to see the Jets in last place, though.
Yeah, well, this is what I'm going to say about the Jets, other than the fact that I told you I put some money on the Jets to win the Super Bowl. Yikes, that's crazy.
You did. Yes.
You're
one of them. You're one of them. You already counted them in the Super Bowl.
Plus 1,400. Well, you have to, you know what? Sometimes when the odds are good, you should probably go out and get them. They're not going to be any better than I got them at. It's only going to go down. But the thing is,
the AFC West will be better this year, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, I mean, with Denver adding
Sean Payton,
I mean, that's just remarkable. If Russell Wilson can get his head out of his ass, I don't know what he's doing over there. But they have some good wide receivers, and they have a solid defense. But once again, you got to play Kansas City. What's Oakland? I mean, not Oakland. What's Las Vegas going to do? And I'm not big on San Diego either because they have Staley as their head coach, and I think he's terrible.
Yeah.
So I'm not really scared of the Chargers. Not scared of the Raiders. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that, Smitty. But hey, it was a great Tuesday. It's Tuesday, right?
Tuesday night.
Yeah, we're still on. It's Tuesday night. Started late. Still rocked the hour and a half, just about. Thank you, Randy. Thank you, Brianna. Thank you,
Thank you,
Chris
everyone, for
and
watching.
Neil,
The viewers.
and everybody who's commented. Kev, we appreciate you guys coming on, joining us, leaving your comments. Looking forward to doing this very soon. And if you haven't heard, please go over to our YouTube page and hit the subscribe button. In the meantime,
Ray,
yes.
I'm looking forward to, hopefully the Knicks will stay alive. And I'm also looking forward to, shout out to all the mothers out there this weekend coming up, Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. And that's what I'm looking forward to this weekend. Hopefully the Knicks play well and they continue this series.
Yeah, yep, absolutely, Smitty. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. For all the mothers out there. One of the toughest jobs in the world. What am I looking forward to? Looking forward to the Warriors making a comeback, knocking the Lakers out of the playoffs. And Celtics lost tonight, by the way, at home by 12. Not good. But yeah, enjoy the weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.
Have a good night, everyone.
Later.